Guys, I want to start this video by sharing a personal story, just briefly here. And this is a story of one of the greatest disappointments of my life. This was many years ago, and I had just finished competing in a bodybuilding competition in Washington State. And I'd been on a strict diet for some time, and so the contest was over, and I went to Denny's, the restaurant. And I went there for one specific reason, and I came in there, I sat down, they say, "Hey, you want a menu?" I said, "No. I know exactly what I want. I would like a slice of your chocolate peanut butter pie." And you know what they said? They said, "Max, I'm sorry. We don't have that anymore." And I said, "You mean you're out of it here?" They said, "No, we don't have it at all. Denny's doesn't serve that anymore." Needless to say, I left distraught. So distraught, in fact, that I gorged myself at the Old Country buffet, and I couldn't even make it home. I ended up stopping at a park, passing out in the grass. It was not one of my proudest moments. But you know what doesn't disappoint me? Schecter guitars. Guys, look at this in the background here. I've got my Sun Valley Super Shredder with the Sustainiac setup, and I thought that guitar was perfect. I thought Schecter couldn't top that. But you know what they did? They brought out the Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder 3 right here. Guys, first of all, look at the color. Beautiful flame top. It's like a purple burst. They've got this in a few different colors. Slightly different pickup configuration here than the original Sun Valley Super Shredder. Let's just go ahead and get into the video and let me blow your mind with how cool this guitar is here. All right, let's do it. Alright guys, again, just look at how nice this guitar is here. Now, the big thing I want to point out here, the difference, other than the obvious ones, between this and the original Sun Valley Super Shredder, if you look at the base models of the guitars, this one is a little bit more expensive, but it has some really key, really important upgrades. Now, the thing that I'm thrilled about is that everything that was great about the original model, they've kept on the new one, but then they've even improved a few more things. Now, the big thing here that I really want to point out is the bridge right here. This is a proper Floyd Rose 1000 series. This is actually the 1500 series. The difference being it has the push-in arm rather than the bolt-on arm. But on the original one, okay, this is a Floyd Rose special bridge right here. Now look, a lot of people rag on the Floyd Rose special bridges. They're really not that bad. Sometimes you have a problem with the G string going out of tune, and I found that if it's the screw-on arm, I like to replace the arm with like a really nice, like made in Germany Schaller version of the arm because it has less play where it inserts, so you don't get any annoying clattering noises. On the push-in versions, that problem is pretty much eliminated. But when it comes to the the nice like full-blown 1000 series bridges, they really do have better tuning stability. And that really was the only thing that I was kind of about with the original Sun Valley Super Shredder. In fact, I was even thinking of swapping the bridge out or something like that, just for peace of mind, right? But they beat me to it. Schecter beat me to it, okay? On the new version, the Sun Valley Super Shredder 3, they went ahead and upgraded the bridge. But they still have all this other great stuff. The pickups are awesome. These are the EMG Retro-Active pickups. So it is an active pickup guitar. So it's got the 9-volt battery compartment back there. Again, same bridge pickup, even though it's a different pickup configuration. Same bridge pickup on the original Sun Valley Super Shredder. Also, on both guitars, 24 extra jumbo frets, finished really nicely. And the new version with the single coil pickups that they have in here, you end up with a 5-way selector switch as opposed to the 3-way toggle switch that the original model had. And as I've said probably 100 or so times. I'm not really a big single coil guy. That being said, these single coils sound really, really good, and they're not too noisy, which is usually one of my top complaints of single coil pickups. So guys, I consider this a high value guitar. Now, these guitars cost around $799, $800, and for a lot of folks out there, $800 is definitely not cheap. But when I say high value, what I'm talking about is that this guitar has great craftsmanship, really great hardware, just great overall design and build quality. And so the price that you're paying for this guitar, is absolutely justified. And you can easily pay much, much more for a guitar that is not going to be any better than this one. So like I said, this guitar, the base model is $799. The original Sun Valley ones, I think, are about $650, right in there. And then if you want the Sustainiac version, that's going to be a little bit more expensive, around the same price as this thing is here. All right, so as always, of course, we want to listen to how the guitar sounds. I'm going to use my Fender GTX 100 modeling amplifier. I'll go through a few different tones from that amp so we can kind of get a few different flavors out of this guitar. But stick around after the demo because there's a few more things I want to talk about in terms of the specs of this guitar, all right? And of course, real quick, guys, if you enjoy videos like this and you enjoy checking out cool guitars and cool guitar-related gear and you have not already subscribed, please consider subscribing right now. All right, guys, the Schecter Sun Valley Super Shredder 3. Let's plug it in and check it out. All right, guys, now let me give you a few more details on the specs of this guitar. You know, I talked about a few things like the bridge and the pickups ahead of time, but just overall, obviously we've got a nice maple bolt-on neck here. The body itself is mahogany. The neck shape is like a thin C shape, so it's got sort of a round feel to it, but it's also very thin. And that is that's the same thing with, you know, the original Sun Valley. They both pretty much share that same neck shape. So if you liked, you know, if you had one before and you really liked it, you're gonna like this just as much. Also, it's a standard 25.5-inch scale length, you know, like you'd find on a Strat style guitar. Now this finish is called Aurora Burst, and they have the same guitar in another finish. It's basically like this, but blue, but it still has that nice burst flame top on it. I'm honestly sort of caught up on how nice the top looks. I mean, this thing just looks delicious. It looks like some overpriced dessert that you would get in a French restaurant. Also, the back of the guitar, they've left it sort of transparent there, which I always love. I always like it when you can see the wood grain. Now, between the two of these guitars, I've got this one with the humbucker setup, and it's got the Sustainiac electronics in it. And I've actually had this one modified. I don't know if you can see it there, but it's got a little bit of a scalloping job on it. But now I've got this one with all these cool features, and now I've got this one with the awesome bridge that I love so much. And between the two of them, I think I'm pretty much set for shred guitars. All right, guys, but let me know what you think in the comments below. You know, this guitar has been out for a little while now, so there's probably some people out there who have bought it. I would love to hear what your experiences were with it. You know, it's helpful for me and it's helpful for the other people watching who are thinking about getting one of these guitars. Now, the other thing that I absolutely have to mention is that they have this exact same guitar, same features, same finish, everything, only it's in a 7-string version. So I think if you're sort of a traditional shredder where you like a Super Strat shape and a Floyd Rose 24 frets, you know, a standard shred guitar setup, but then you prefer the extended range instruments like a 7 or 8 string, Schecter really has you covered on that stuff. And it's got the same awesome finish and look to it. All right, guys, that is it for this video. As always, I'm going to put links down in the video description below where you can check out the guitar and also the amplifier that I used. And I will also have links down there for my new instructional video. I got like a 50% off link down there, and all my social media and stuff. All right? If you guys enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you soon.